guys, and welcome back to the Ringer 57 YouTube channel. Ran into some technical issues and my card got fracked, bricked, whatever you want to call it. In any case, I have to format the whole card to be able to access anything. I'm saving what files I can, but it looks like everything I've filmed of my progress is gone. So I'm going to give you guys an update video today, quick walkthrough of what we've done. Sorry about that, I really am. I'm going to work on getting a brand new card. I really need to get a camera dedicated to this. This is my phone that I'm using. I use this for work. I use it for everything. So the 32 gig card only lasts about 2 weeks. And then it's full. I got to go through, export everything. So it sees a lot of use. It's probably burned up. Anyway, here we go, guys. Alright guys, and here's Susie as she sits. We've got a lot of the harness pulled, a lot of the wiring done. So, this is our breakout. It's everything. It's our undertail, and it has our Innovate wideband controller. Comes around out. This will go down to our wideband. The Bluetooth adapter, I still need to wire in a USB port that's going to sit right here, so I can run a wire around to that and have power to that. Our fuse block, which currently is utilizing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the wires. I'm going to add a 7th. This will go up to the ignition coils, and an 8th, which will come around to the USB port, and that'll be it for that. All of our relays are wired up to either the microscope activation circuits on a negative control, or in the case of this one wire right here, is going up to our purge button to be grounded. But anyway, it's really simple. This is our fuel pump, which obviously we don't have yet. That'll also get a wire coming up and around to the ground block. Our map is installed, wired up, and functioning. I was able to put a vacuum pump on there and pull it all the way down to about 22 inches of mercury. It's pretty good for a vacuum pump. I'm not going to get it all the way down to 30. So this is all wired up. We got our VR sensor pinned back in. We went ahead and properly paralleled our voltage for our voltage reference, so there's a parallel out of it there, and then it runs down all the way through, and it parallels here. Sorry, it runs up to here. Here's the other end of it. So this will feed one, that'll feed one, and it's one wire. You get it. Shouldn't be a voltage drop. Let's see, here's our intake air temp wiring. I gotta figure out, I'm gonna probably weld that bung right here and just have it in free air. Our coolant temperature sensor wiring is down here, and those are both tied into sensor ground. This is ALED. This is our solenoid for our air shifter. We got our purge and all of that back on here. The harness continues upwards and splits here, where we've got injector, and the 3 wires, voltage reference, sensor ground, and signal for the throttle position sensor. Those will probably drop right here and end, terminating right there. Then it continues forward and is loomed up and exits out front. No, that is not electrical tape, actually. That is cold shrink, and it is amazing stuff. These are all of our switches. So let's see, we've got, this is our flex, so this will go to the clutch switch. There's a lot of them. 2 of these are ignition. And then we've got nitrous control, auto shift, and then the main power relay will be right here. The battery will sit on here in a battery box of its own, foam seated in against there. And that'll just have a zip tie going over top to here to lock it in. The dash mount is made. Now I need the phone mount plate for my RAM mount, and then I'll put the dash sandwiched in between that, bolt it down. Ta-da! Then we'll have that with the 1, 2, 3, 4 switches. I still need to pull the factory ignition switch out, although I'm tempted just to leave it, just to fill a hole. See, clip-on bars, we did that. Those are installed. The seat, let's go grab this. Currently got everything tore apart, but the seat is nice and freshly upholstered with a nice pocket cut into it. And when I'm sitting in that pocket, I cannot slide backwards or forwards. I am locked into it. I molded it to me. So that's good. Let's see, what else have we gotten done? That's about it. Underneath this plate with some thermal paste in it, I know this isn't aluminum, but it'll work. It's not going to run long enough to get that hot. With the ignition control module, that's where these 2 wires are going to come into, along with some power coming off of the main relay, and then everything will ground to the battery. Yeah, I've just been busy, guys. There is probably 15 hours into getting this wiring laid out appropriately, routed, an under tray built, a dash built. It's not installed. You'll see that in the next video. And oh, yep, we got 2 wires coming down here for engine ground. They are where the original ground point was. We'll also have to run a wire back from back there to there to ground out the ignition system. All this cold shrink, I'm probably going to have to go get another roll, because I'm finding more and more things I forgot to pull before I loomed it. Kind of a given. I shouldn't have loomed it till it ran, but yeah. So I got to run a 12-volt key wire all the way back to the fuse box. I've got to run a ground from the head into the loom all the way up to the ignition module. And that's about it. Up front. And someone just messaged me, so yeah. Facebook. Yay. Our main battery wires. These are high strand count, hyper flexible 8 gauge. These are running all the way down alongside. This will all get tucked up nicer and wrapped nice and pretty. And they run back to here. Negative there, positive there. That's all we really got right now, guys. Everything's off getting welded. It should have been welded yesterday or getting buttoned up today. So I got to pay for that tomorrow, pick it all up, and we'll get the throttle bodies on next. Get that all wired up in the sub harness, which I just took into the house. Put on for the injectors and the throttle position sensor. Then coolant sensor in the pan, so I got to drop the pan, change that. Intake air temp sensor, I'll probably weld on myself with the flux core, even though it's nasty welds. Yeah, nasty welds. Yeah, you can't see that. It looks like Duke. The weld is good, but the weld looks like crap, but it's good. So I'm going to take this and weld this up finally on a better design, better welder overall. Yeah. Really don't have a whole lot to touch on. I'll have everything back tomorrow to be able to put the O2 on, get that laced out. Once the O2's on there, the intake air temp, coolant temp, ignition module, I have to build that plastic battery box. That's the next thing I'm going to work on. Haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet, so if I figure it out, I'll try and get it on video, guys. Thanks for watching the Ringer 57 YouTube channel. Hope you've been enjoying the content. I know I missed a lot of it, and I do apologize for that. If you got any questions, throw them in the comment section. You can also get a hold of me on Instagram at HALLSTER10. Shoot me a DM if you got any questions. I can shoot you back answers on pretty much anything to do with the Mark 1 Bandit and a lot to do with the Mark 2s. So, yep. If you've watched this far, you may be interested enough to come up with some ideas with me. See, this is a dummy headlight. Now, I got to figure out a way to attach said dummy headlight to said front fascia. Now, a thought is to bring a tab off of here up to here and here to there. That's a thought. And then silicone the rest. Any input, greatly appreciated. In the next couple days, I'm going to try and knock this out. So hopefully something that's not permanent, because then I can put a headlight back in here at some point if I ever wanted to.